Alright, what's going on, guys? It's GSR here. So basically I wanted to address a comment that I thought was completely ridiculous, and this is not to disrespect him or put him on the spot and talk about he's trash or something like that. I'm not gonna go out my way to disrespect him. He just feels as if Jax needs a buff. Right now, this comment happened like 1 or 2 months ago and I never replied to it until now. Right now, I wasn't going to talk about it because I thought it was pretty self-explanatory why this character doesn't need a buff. But apparently some people agreed with him, which was completely nonsense, right? Jax does not need a buff for a lot of different reasons, right? Now, there are certain people stating that Jax needs a nerf, and what I have to say to that is this.
How about no?
Now, the thing that people have to understand is that if you go into the lab and you learn Jax, you start to understand why he doesn't need a nerf. If you go into the lab and you learn Jax and you're maining Jax, you start to understand why he doesn't need a buff. Now, the guy's excuses was oh, his staggers is too predictable, this, etc. And it's like, that's because you're being predictable. That's not Jax, that's you, right? I've gone against very experienced Jax players that know exactly what the fuck to do. Even though Jax is a very annoying and brain-dead character to a certain degree, he's still highly effective in the right hands, especially if the opponent knows exactly what they're doing with this character, right? So with that being said, let's just get started on certain stuff that he's talking about. Alright guys, so his complaint is that Jax needs a damage buff, which that's completely bullshit. He does not need a damage buff. Do you know how overpowered you're making this character? When you do that, you'll see nothing but a whole bunch of Jax memes, right? And his throwing, on top of him getting like 18 to 20%, is just going to be completely ridiculous and overpowered, right? Reason why is because you cannot break out of Jax's combo string whatsoever. If I was to hit you with this and get like 18, 19, or 20%, if I do 20 plus 20, that's 40%, bro. Like that's cheap as hell, right? Especially if I do this, he gets more damage on this, so that's probably like 21%, or probably like, you know, 19 something percent or 18 something percent. That's dumb as hell, right? Plus, he has 3 crushing blows that you can't necessarily get out of. So I'm gonna show you guys that first, and then I'm gonna talk about his damage real quick, right? So imagine me hitting you with my 4-2-1 string, right? That's a guaranteed almost 30%, right? And then on top of that, I have a high hit advantage of 24 frames, which guarantees me an Oki, and you don't know what I'm gonna do while you're knocked down on the ground, right? Not only that, if I hit you with Jax's 4-3-3 1+3 string, right? That's even more damage. And that's almost 32% damage, plus a hit advantage of 24 frames plus the Oki. But that's one of the things that you can't get out of, right? But not only that, Jax gets a really good mind game off of this shit, because you don't know if he's gonna throw you or he's gonna hit you with this. So you're stuck into a very fucked up situation. And as you can clearly see here, he gets 33 fucking percent off of a throw, and that guarantees him a Oki situation yet again, because he can dash up and pressure you again. But if he knows you're gonna wake up with an up 3 or a forward roll, he could just grab your ass again, or he could charge up his back 2 and fold your shit, you know, very easily, man. Like, it's like, no, bro, like, no, hell no. Like, why? Like, nigga, why? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Why does he need a damage buff? There's no reason for this character to have a damage buff. I've seen certain people in other YouTube channels talking about he needs a damage buff. It's like, no, the fuck he doesn't. Like, what the hell are you guys talking about? You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, right, I haven't even gotten started on his fucking his crushing blow for his throw, his command throw, right? Like, you see that? That's 24%. That's good damage. But keep in mind, right? Keep in mind, you can't break out of that, right? And then on top of that, if you hear that sizzling sound, dude, listen to the sizzling sound. Just listen to the sizzling sound, right? Because I'm not doing the crushing blow just yet. But you guys, do you hear it? You're taking more damage, right, compared to him just doing it like this, right? You see that? That's 18%. Now imagine me doing this again to you, just like this, with heated up arms, right? So I'm just doing it really fast, right? Dude, look, you're taking even more damage when he command throws you, bro. That's a big deal. You hear that sizzling sound? He's burning your fucking flesh, nigga. Look at that. You see that? 21%. That's added damage, and I haven't even done the crushing blow yet, bro. It's like, no, bro. Like hell no.
Oh, hell no.
Nigga, 41% damage, and then he still has access to heated up arms to where he can dash up and possibly bash my fucking head in and charge up his crushing blow. And you're talking about he needs a damage buff? When there's 3 things that you can't get out of and you're stuck into this really fucked up mind game, and then on top of that, if he hits you, you can't break out of it? Compared to Sonya Blade? Dude, look. If she was to commit, look, she only gets 13% damage. So the only thing she could do in this situation is to uppercut me to guarantee her some form of some type of damage and a guaranteed Oki, right? So check this out. I break, and look what happens. 18%, and that's it. And that guarantees her Oki, but she doesn't know what I'm going to do on Wake Up. Then on top of that, right, his other complaint, right, was that he only gets like 14-something% damage on his 4-2-1+3 string. If I do 14, right, plus that added damage, and then 14 plus that added damage, including a 4th throw, right? Dude, if I do 14 plus 14 and add the damage on both of those, and then on top of that I do plus 16, that is 45% damage, almost 46% damage. Dude, let me show you guys something real quick. Let me show you. I'm gonna go right, let me actually show you guys this real quick, right? Let me show you guys this real quick. I'm gonna do it again, right, so you guys can understand, right? Watch this. Look at that damage. You almost lost 50% of your fucking health. You're 5% away from losing. Dude, you know what? Let me just show you guys, because that's ridiculous, right? So, okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, right? Dude, I'm trying to tell you, bro, that is solid damage, bro. And then on top of that, since there's a little bit more damage on there, I could shred off this. Like, hold on, let me shred off just a little, one more, right? Look at that. You see that? Come on, man. Nah, hell no, bro. Hell no. There's no way. There's no way. Look, I'm gonna do it again, and you're gonna see that it goes right towards where, dude. Like, nigga, what? Huh? Like, nah, bruh. Nah, he don't need a damage buff. Can you imagine so many Jax players coming out of nowhere all of a sudden because Jax got a big ass damage buff when he didn't really fucking need it? Do you know how dumb as hell he would be? Because you can't break out of it. So if I was to do what? 19 plus 19, that's 38% damage. Okay, that's not good enough for you. 18 plus 18 plus 18, that's 36% damage. That's unavoidable. You can't get out of it. Plus, he has 3 crushing blows that make up for somewhat of the lack of damage that he has access to. But I haven't even shown you guys the good part yet. Imagine this character, right? Imagine this character knocking your shit in, right? He does this. He knows you're going to wake up with that. Look at this bullshit. And guess what that dude. I haven't even done the crushing blow. And can you imagine the damage that I can get off of that? And you're talking about he needs a damage buff? Get the fuck out of here. Nah, hell no. Hell no. He doesn't need a damage buff. And to people who say that Jax needs a nerf, be quiet. Just be quiet. He does not need a nerf. He does not need a nerf. Look at that. Overhead. Flawless block gap. Dude, he's -7 every time he does this right here. If he does this, he's -2, so you're going to have to go for an up 2 or an up 3. Right? Mainly an up 2. So you can get a full combo punish on this character. If he does this, dude, he's -7. If he does this, he's -7. What makes him intimidating is if he knows you're going to flawless block, watch this. He can do that, or he can make himself safe and do that and then block afterwards. Now, I do believe when Jax does this, he's -7 on block because a 6-frame down 1 can actually punish Jax. So it's like, dude, don't, like, come on, man. Don't be trying to throw, you know, stones at a glass house when you live in a glass house yourself, nigga. Like, come on, bro. That's that bullshit, dude. Like, he does not need a buff, bro. Especially a damage buff. He don't need a nerf. If you lab with the character, you will understand why the character does not need a nerf or a buff. He's already annoying as it is. Like him getting that kind of damage, bro, like, nah, bro. And then he has 3 crushing blows that you can't get out of. So if he hits you with just this alone, right, that's still good damage. That's not bad damage at all. So I want you guys to understand something, right? This guy still has a really powerful mind game. Reason why is because if you wake up where you're up 3 or, you know, whatever, the nigga could charge up literally his back two and predict that you're gonna do it, and when you do it, you get hit, right? And let me show you guys this combo real quick, right? This is the problem I'm having with some people, because they don't lab and they don't understand like how serious this can cause a problem, right? If he gets a damage buff, right? Peep game on this, bruh. 40%, bruh. It's like, nigga, no, like, why? You know what I mean? And then on top of that, right? Then on top of that, say for example, this character was to just jump up like this, right? You know, say for example, you went for your up three or whatever. He could do this, and look at this. 34% damage. Keep in mind, easy crushing blows is off, right? And he got added damage. Do you know how serious that is? But then on top of that, you still have to take under consideration that this character can take it upon himself to stagger you while his arms are heated up. You're gonna be so focused on flawless blocking him because you don't want him going for, you know, his crushing blow, that you forget that he has a crushing blow in his throat, right? And once he sits there and grabs you, you lost 33% of your fucking health, and that's a big deal, right? But not only that, right? Say for example, he doesn't have a crushing blow in his throat no more, right? So now you think he's probably gonna stagger, or you probably don't think he's gonna stagger, and you think he's gonna commit into the full strength, right? This is when shit gets real, right? Because then you think he's probably going to commit into the full string. He staggers like that, right? And then he throws you, right? And then he's getting good damage. And then you fucked up and feed into temptation because you thought he was going to throw you, and now you just lost all that health. You see that? So, I mean, I don't understand what the deal is with that. And then on top of that, when you're knocked down on the ground, you still have to deal with the mind game anyway, because you don't know if he's going to walk backwards. You don't know if he's going to commit into the mid or the throwing situation. Then on top of it, he has access to a fucking command throw, bro. Like, this can cause serious issues, man. Like for real, bro. Like, I'm trying to tell you what I know, bro. So I don't really have much to add here. Just please stop saying Jax needs a nerf. Stop saying Jax needs a buff. Mainly a damage buff. He does not need a damage buff. That is completely inaccurate. Stop saying that he needs a nerf when you should just go in the lab and you'll learn that you could punish this nigga if he commits it to the his overhead. All of his overheads are really minus on block. He's minus 20 on block when he commits it to the low. You know what I mean? Every overhead he has access to a flawless block gap. I mean, the only way that you're gonna get caught off guard is by him staggering or him committing into like something like this, or him doing something like this and then blocking afterwards. Other than that, you know, even off of him going for his back forward two full screen, you have to understand that this nigga can get himself fucked up, right? I know he's gonna meter burn, right? He meter burns, and look what happens. He gets hit. This allows Sonya Blade to go in for whatever fancy ass combo she desires, and she can fucking shit up. Keep in mind, this nigga's fatal blow is literally a high, right? So keep that in mind, right? Especially when he's low in health. You know, it's just, it's ridiculous. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.